Wacht hé, wat was het weer? Dus, wacht hé. Nee, ding. Ja.
Ja.
Dat is stap 1, nu stap 2.
Ah, de box staat daar niet. De box staat aan de andere kant.
Die boxjes die echt daar. Wacht hé. Nu gewoon baten dat je haalt hebt en die creeper baten. Dat wil zeggen, dat wil de eerste ding zeggen. Je hebt de shield parts en je hebt dan die eerste. Ik weet niet of je dat weet liggen.
Ja, kom maar. Waar kan die paard nog liggen van de shield? Gewoon bij de dingen, bij de origins.
Normaal zien glitcht die. Ah, hier.
We hebben het eerste al, we hebben het eerste al.
Ik weet ze alle 3 liggen. Ja, en dan heb je een king ertoe, toen hij, wacht hé, hij verrukt een. En wij hebben die nou gepakt. Maar weet je een van die skulls daar? Die skull, die wiel.
Ja, die weet ik, de steen en dat wiel, dat weet ik niet liggen, dat weet ik niet exact liggen.
Kijk. Dat is ook voor de easter egg. Als je die steen daar ziet. Dat is een part, dat is een part voor de easter egg ook.
Dat wiel, waar is dat wiel, mannen?
Ah, dat is dus king der toten. Hij checkt. Moet ik hem goed zien? Lekker goed hè.
Dat ga je open? Ja, merci.
Maar je moet dat gebruiken, dat is voor de easter egg. Nee, ik doe de easter eggs. Hier, nee, paard. Ik doe dat ik een goesting aan de easter egg. Kijk, dat moet je maken. En met dat... Ja, maar die steen ligt hier ook het waars, nee. Waar ligt die steen weer?
Mai, what the fuck, waar komt die? Pas op, dat is een snelle. Nog eentje, nog. Oh, nog veel. Pas op. Hier nog een. Nog een paar. In de rug, in de rug. Wacht. Ik kan zien dat ik die launchpad kan pakken.
Oh, nou.
Nee, ik kan dus niet op de
Oh,
launchpad.
nee, ik heb te lang die granaat in mijn handen. wou hem juist te smeten, bam. Recht voor mijn baas. Nee, maar ik heb hier juist met de Duits gespeeld. En die deed de easter egg. Nee, ik kan stoppen.
All you have to do is take the jump pad from spawn to Shangri-La so it deactivates the jump pad so you can stand there, and then all you need to do is just stand on top of that rock for a second. The Keeper Protector will come over, and then he will stand on top of it and start doing his chant. Again, this part, the only hard thing about this is that you need that 5,000 points just to get started, and then the Keeper Protector needs to be protected because when he's doing his ritual, he is vulnerable to zombie attacks. He can take a lot of damage, but if you let the zombies hit on him too much, he's going to fail his quest. You're going to have to call him again, and he will basically have to redo everything. But this is what it looks like whenever he finishes doing his little ritual. You will.
Oké, wie is die nog bezig?
Begin je?
Wacht hè. Ja, doe maar. Dus één mop of the dead, één in Shangri-La. Het zijn er 3 hè, wacht hè.
Rock protruding out of the ground, and you can see that in one of the
Mop of the dead ligt er ook in, ja.
exactly the same.
Wat nou toch de eerste dan? Oeh. Dus ik kan niet meer mee hè. De eerste stap hebben we lekker in de ijsring gedaan. Hé, hoe laat is het?
Het is 5 na 3.
Ik ga eens, wacht hé, beschermen eventjes hé. Ik ga eens mijn broer warm halen. Ik moet gaan werken. Kijk, ik ga nu tonen wat je moet doen. Kijk, dus je begint eerst met een 10 hier. Ja. Dan doe je 10. Nee, wacht, ik zie mis. Eerst begin je met een 10. Shit jong, ik ben alweer aan het mis. Dan begin je met een 10. Wanneer? Allee, Karel, het gaat weer beginnen hè. Wacht hè, ik ben nu op mis. Hè. Dus wacht hè, 10.
Is niet die?
10. Wacht hè, 10, 10. Ja, wacht. Dus het is eerst een 10. Dan is het hier de 2. Ben 1. Alleen man. Ik heb het juist
Maar nee,
gedaan.
het is eerst die.
Ja, ja. Dan die.
Dan die en dan terug deze. En dan die daar. Zo is het.
Ja, mijn hersens werken niet meer. Kom hele bies. Wacht hè.
Nee, we moesten naar verrukt hè, niet?
Ja, wacht hè. Nee, Shanghai is daar.
Ja, Shangri-La is hier, ja. Hoe lang is dat?
Maar ja, nu moet je eerst die part zoeken hè. Van die creeper hè. En de schildpaard. Dus nu is het nogal, nu gewoon maar dat we lage gronden zijn. Dat is het enige dat je moet doen. Hé, waar ligt die skelet hier? Kijk, als je upgrade wapen hebt, moet je op dat schieten, op die steen. En ik heb dat gedaan, in 5 minuten moet je rond de 5 zijn. Of, dan krijg je, hoe zeg je dat nu weer? Die knives.
Welke knives?
Dan kijk, dat komt hier een knife tevoorschijn. En hier komt dan ook de takeo zwaard.
Wat moeten we nu eerst zien? De zombie shield.
Nee, die andere een. Met die skull. Die moet als eerst staan. Ja, nu moet nog die dingen zijn en al. Waar ligt die weer opnieuw met die wiel?
Welk?
Die wiel.
Ja, daar zal ik direct achter aan. Ga je het karretje pakken of wat? Die gaat een karretje.
Nee,
Ik wel.
ik kan dat niet. Met die kreet.
Dat is weg. Nu moet ik naar verrukt.
Wat fuck, weer dat mis. Ik hey, kruiper.
Ja, laat die leven even.
Tuurlijk.
Ik ga even naar dingen. Naar de andere kant. Ik ga de zombie shield paard halen.
Origins.
En misschien dat wiel al. Ja.
Ga kijken naar kind Kyo dit hoor.
Waar heb jij daar net die paard gevonden?
Het zijn 3 locaties in Origins. Ofwel op het begin waar hij spawnt, naar waar hij toe gaat, aan de linkse kant. Ja, plan. Allee, waar is die paard hierin? Zo niet handelen.
Weer al niet. Waarom spant dat nooit daar als ik dat nooit doe daar? Niks kogels, hè. Zeg het al maar. Hè. Ik ja. Wat heb jij gekocht? Een kauwgom of wat?
Ja.
En ik kan hier maar aan het sparen voor een box zijn.
Ik weet niet, het is net al van 10 minuten of zo. Want wel. Toch met dollar eens. Wow, het is niet lijn, dat lijn. Wat met 10 punten. Oh, ik kan dubbel points voor 10 minuten.
Thundergun, Thundergun. Ik heb de fucking Thundergun.
Proficiat.
Nog eens.
De fuck, zie ik een
Hey,
dollar
what the fuck?
tegen. Ik zie echt gewoon dollar tegen eens, laat stellen.
Hey, blijf eens in de buurt, zot.
Waarom?
Dan krijg ik geld. Amai. Amai, achter u.
Nee. Ah, weer een babbelkan voor niks. Maar ik ga even de easter egg wel ik... Want... Ik kan maar 4 zijn eerlijk
This is
gezegd.
what it looks like if you have this
Come on,
spot right
huh?
here and Mob of the Dead, which is again another one of the 3 spawns. And the third and final spawn is this jump pad and rock. So basically, even if you can't see it, all you need to do is stand on where the rock would be at the very back of the jump pad in each of these 3 locations. Again, it's not spawned there. I'm just showing you where it would be if it was there in your game. In my game, it was here in Mob of the Dead, in this footage right here. So all I need to do is take the jump pad across to where that little rock is sticking up and then stand on top of it. The keeper will start doing his ritual. And again, this is the Shangri-La gameplay when the...
Wel, je hebt die jump dingen, zie.
All you have to do is take the jump pad from spawn.
Wel, daar had ik creeper staan en hem had er 3 minuten staan, nee, 3 minuten, nee. En hij moet dat beschermen. Ja. Ik weet wat dat is eigenlijk. Out of the flow is double gun, fight,
Die cashback, pak die niet mee als je die hebt.
Wat?
Cashback. En ik ga hem...
Maar ik ga straks spelen.
En nu slapen of wat?
Nee. Kijk, slapen ben ik. Nu ben je te vroeg, hè. Ze weet.
Wat ga je nu dan doen?
Ik weet nog niet, ik kan het zien.
So the next thing you need to do is get little Arnie's out of the box and make your way into
Wat
the
er
giant
gebeurt, want
Apothicon
ik
and
hoor
throw
niet.
little Arnie's down.
Straks ga ik spelen. Ik ga nog niet slapen,
Obviously,
nee.
you can only do 3 at a time, and this
Wat
actually
ga je nu dan doen?
Ik ga eens kijken voor die easter egg.
Ja, als je dat goed, ik ga drinken pakken, denk ik.
Take out these Margos over and over each and every time. I'm showing the location of each of the 9 spots because each spot does have to be unique. Once you finish off the first 3 spots, kill off the first 3 Margos, you move on to the next 3 holes. Again, throw the Arnie's down there, shoot up the Margwas, and then move on to the next one again. This is the last of the 9 holes. Finish off the Margwas, and you will actually get an audio reel to spawn. So again, 1 Arnie each hole, kill all the Margwas, and then you can see right here, this is what the audio reel, I don't even know what to call them anymore, actually looks like. Go ahead and grab that, take it all the way over to Kino der Toten, and then go ahead and play it right there, and you are on to step number 4. So the next thing we're doing is collecting body parts. Now what you need to do is go to each of the locations I'm showing you here and shoot it with an upgraded gun. So you need a pack-a-punch gun that shoots bullets, and you need the upgraded Apothicon Servant. If you don't know how to upgrade the Apothicon Servant, there's going to be a link in the description. But follow each of the locations that I take you to here and shoot the exact spots I show you, and there should be body parts flying out. This one's the hardest one to see, actually. It's in the spawn area right next to the church. There's a discolored rock in the very, very back. If you crouch down, you can see it pretty darn easily. Crouch down to shoot it, you should see a little arm or a femur or something pop out of that one. Shoot the Apothicon Servant into it and wait for the audio confirmation. For each one of these, you need to wait for the audio confirmation because if you run away, sometimes you may miss with the Apothicon Servant, it may not work or something like that. But shoot the rock, the body part flies out, shoot the Apothicon Servant, it'll suck the body part into the slot and you will be good to go. You'll hear that little audio confirmation that sounds like honestly a zombie is dying, but more kind of like a full sound. You'll definitely tell that it's an Easter egg related sound. That one is over there on that rock by the waterfall. Again, just grab any pack-punched gun, shoot it to get it out, and then move on with your day over to Nocturne and Toten. Go ahead and shoot this brick right there that is kind of barely poking out the top. Grab it once again with the Apothicon Servant, and then you are on to the kind of annoying one, which is the wall run. This was the reason that the Easter egg took so long, basically, this whole entire one right here. But what you need to do is go ahead and grab something that is either automatic or at least semi-automatic, and then you're going to shoot the side of this wall with that gun because it is hidden in the bottom half right there. You actually saw it pop out a tiny, tiny bit there, and you'll see that there's definitely a little piece of something there, and that is actually the spine. So again, make sure you shoot it, make sure you see it floating out there like that. Take out that Apothicon Servant, blast it, and then as you're falling away, listen for that sound, and you will be good to go to move on to the next step. But yep, there you go. You have collected all 6 of the bones. Make sure you grab all 6, and let's get on to step number 5. So after you've collected all 6 body parts, make your way to Nocturne and Toten. You'll see all of the body parts you've collected sitting there on the floor. Go ahead and once again, Apothicon Servant that. You'll see the body parts flying up into it once more. And whenever you head back up there, obviously try to keep your zombie safe if you're playing on solo. But if you head back up there, you'll actually see that the body or the body parts have been turned into Sophia's body. And all you need to do with this is once again one more time, go ahead and shoot it with the Apothicon Servant, and then a few seconds later when you head back there, or if you just watch it, it will actually drop an audio reel instead. So this is the third out of 3 audio reels. We are done with the audio reels after this step. I'm going to show you where exactly to play it, because you do have to play each one of these audio reels before moving on to the next thing. And for this one in particular, you have to wait for the audio to finish before you can actually do the next step, or else it's just not going to activate because Sophia will not be there. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So there's the audio reel. Go ahead and grab that, make your way all the way over to Origins, go ahead and pop that in. Let the audio play all the way through. You'll hear Sophia kind of like talk, not in the radio, but you'll hear her talk kind of in the map itself. And then whenever you hear her talk in the map itself, you'll actually be able to run over and see her, which that brings us to step number 6, which is the Ghost Sophia. So once you see Ghost Sophia here, all you need to do is redirect the beams from each one of the 4 different laser turrets to Sophia. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. The first one's going to be the hardest because there's actually 2 different ones you can reflect it from. You'll see me trying both because this was the first time I've done this, but you do need to shoot it off of the leftmost bumper here. So each one of these spawns will only have 1 spot except for Varuk. This actually has 2 different locations. But what you need to do is aim at the left one on Varuk and just basically wiggle it all around on these kind of floating blue rocks to catch the correct angle, and it will actually just activate and keep that angle there for you. So again, make your way over to spawn. Again, shoot at the leftmost one. It will angle its way over. It'll actually lock in whenever you hit it correctly. Again, just wiggle it around, and I guarantee you'll probably hit it on the first try. Again, leftmost one, go ahead and head over to DE, and you're going to hit that thing at the correct angle. And then last but not least, go ahead and go to Mob of the Dead, which is actually over here again on the left. Get that correct angle. It'll angle down, and all 4 of the turrets will be powering up Sophia. Run up and hold square or hold X on her, and she will actually materialize and get into this dimension. But you'll just need to follow her over to the Keenerder Totem teleporter, and this will actually allow you to teleport to Samantha's house and grab the Canorium, which is for step 6. So again, she'll fly over, jump on the top of this. You can go ahead. Again, it's not going to give you any sort of indication or anything like that, so make sure you just know that if this thing is lit up, you are able to teleport. Go ahead, hop in, you'll teleport away, and you'll actually get into Samantha's house. Now, there's only 2 things that are actually really interactable that I found in here. You can start playing some music, and then there's a book on the bed. You have to grab the book on the bed. You have to grab the Canorium, and once you have that, you can kind of just mess around, look at everything else, because you'll be automatically teleported away from here in just a few seconds. And whenever you get back, you just need to place the Canorium on top of the podium, which again is just right here, right at the front of the theater. You'll be good to go, and you'll be able to go on to the next step, which is collecting the gate worms, collecting the eggs, collecting the runes, and everything like that. This is where the Easter egg really gets started, and this is where it gets a little tricky with looking around in the map for everything, because there's just so many spawns. But I'm going to walk you through as many spawns as possible, and then we'll go on from there. But again, there you go. Canorium has been placed. You'll see this kind of like giant rune thing on the ground, and we are ready to go on to the next step. So next up, what you need to do is grab an Apothicon egg. Now, there's going to be a bunch of different spawn locations. Here is one of mine that I had in my game, so you can check this spot. But honestly, there's just 4 random spots. They have no rhyme or reason, but it seems like they kind of spread out throughout the map. I've had one in every single area before spawn. I've had one in Origins. I've had one in DE. Every single spot there, literally everywhere. And once you grab one, you need to head over to the giant Apothicon. Now, what you need to do is get about 15 kills in front of this thing. You can use the Apothicon Servant. You can use pretty much whatever you want. And whenever you get a kill, it will actually absorb the soul into it and actually help to hatch the egg. And whenever it hatches the egg, as you can see, you will be able to get a gate worm. And with this gate worm, you need to head to each one of the 4 areas in the map. Now, obviously, Knock does not count, but you need to go to DE, you need to go to Origins, you need to go to the spawn, and then you need to go to Varuk. In each one of these areas, there's going to be a beeping sound that you actually hear. Now, I'm showing you another location of the egg. I'm going to show you the process all over again. So here's another location of eggs in the spawn. But what I was saying is that you need to go to each one of these 4 locations. You'll actually hear a beeping sound in your headset. You'll hear your controller vibrating if you just run around each one of these areas. And then all you need to do is run up, and wherever the beeping is loud, run up and hold square, much like you see me do here. There will be a rune that appears from the ground, and then again, there's another egg location right there. And whenever you pick up that rune, you will actually be collecting them. So again, go ahead, here's the order. You find an egg, you take it to the Apothicon and hatch it, and you run around in each one of the areas until you find a rune of creation, which again, the little wormies will go in. Go ahead, bring it out. It will locate for you. It'll do pretty much everything for you. All you need to do is just show up. So here's another location of one of my eggs. Again, like I said, they kind of tend to spread out around the map. Like I've mostly had about 2 in the DE island, and then 1 in the Varuk island, and then one in the Mob of the Dead island. So again, here's another location of the Ruins of Creation. Just listen to your headset for any sort of beeping. Just run around all the island. It should be pretty darn easy, and you should be good. But here are a couple different locations that I've seen the eggs. One was right there sitting on the corner of that pedestal. I've seen one in this little bucket. I saw one in the theater that you saw just a second ago. There's one in Origins over here. But honestly, all you need to do is just head around the map. It should be pretty darn easy to find it. You can find one in this hallway as well. It's honestly very easy to do once you kind of figure out the spawn locations, everything like that. But just keep on running around. You do have to find all 4. So get the egg, hatch it using the kills. Go ahead, grab the Ruins of Creation, and you are onto the boss fight, which has its own little puzzle to start off here. So let me go ahead and explain exactly how this boss fight works. So the first thing you need to do is, again, just protect yourself, especially if you're playing on solo. And you need to write down or do something with each one of these runes, because you have to get each one of these runes correct in a Simon Says game. So just draw them. What I would do is, if I was playing on solo, I would just pause, draw them real quick, and then go on to the next one, unpause, because this book, after you run up in the boss fight room and hold square on this book, again, we'll just flash these 4 different runes. Write them down, make sure you memorize them, and then head over to the start of the room where you're going to input these in. Now, this thing will basically be randomly cycling through a bunch of different runes, and you have to wait for the one that is, again, first in the book. So if it's first in the book, you run up and you hold square on it, and that is your first rune. So again, I'm just waiting and cycling through all of them all by itself. That was my first run right there, and it'll keep on cycling. Now, that's not my second rune, so I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Again, it may take a little bit, and it will probably take a lot of ammo to keep you safe during this entire time, because it only stays popped up for a few seconds. And whenever you find the one that is yours, again, you just run up and you go ahead and grab it and then activate it, and then you need to do this just 4 times for every single rune in the book. And after you finish all 4 of these, you will be activated, you will be ready to go, and this will start off the boss fight. Now, just quickly explain how the boss fight works. There are 4 different stages to start off the first part of the boss fight, which is just basically fighting against Margwas and zombies and Furies. So again, once you start the boss fight, head over and just be ready to take down lots of Margwas. I strongly recommend the Thunder Gun for this first part, because basically the Shadow Man is going to change the arena in some sort of way. I'm going to explain each one of those, and you need to kill a certain number of Margwas. It seems like you have to kill about 2.5 Margwas, and then it will actually end itself automatically, and you'll be on to the next stage. So this first one here is kind of the electricity one. Again, just make sure you're blasting all the Margwas. You have to kill the Margwa heads. If you do not kill the Margwa heads, the thing will not end. Don't even worry about the zombies, honestly. Just make sure you don't go down by them, and keep on attacking the Margwas. And as you can see, after you kill enough Margwas, the entire arena will light back up, and it will be back to normal. And then the Shadow Man will take a few seconds, let you take a breather, and then take you into the next one, which could be anything. And I think in this case actually is a fire one. So in the fire one, it'll basically just make the floor lava in certain areas. So again, just don't touch it. And then you will see this fire kind of like being spewed out of the ground, and anytime you touch that, it will damage you as well. So it's not just an instant down or anything like that. It's kind of like a Panzer flamethrowing you. So again, just make sure you're being safe. Grab a helmet. If you really want to be safe, you can definitely get the Apothegon helmet before coming into this boss fight. It definitely does help, and it's definitely something that you want to do. So the next one up here is the Shadow Round, and this actually turns on low gravity, and you have to jump and basically just not touch the dark areas of the ground. I think it either damages you over time, or it gives you a few seconds before it just automatically kills you. It didn't really seem to be doing very much to me, but I definitely was hearing some really bad sounding sounds whenever I was staying out of the light for too long. So just find these lighted areas, jump around, and then after you again kill off enough Margwa heads, it'll move on to the last one, which is the Origins one. I don't know what to call this, because basically it just creates a lot of electric walls that just basically form in front of you, which make it very annoying to deal with, but again, it should be pretty darn easy. So after you complete all that, the summoning key will come down in the middle. Just run up and grab the summoning key. You'll be teleported back to the main area, and then you'll actually get to throw this into a couple of different things. So the first one up is after you get back and teleported back, throw it into the chandelier.